Hello and welcome back everyone to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, playing as the Japanese. We are playing our historical campaign, talking about the history and trying to recreate events. We managed to get lucky with the Battle of Yalu, where we actually got a relatively similar battle. So it kind of worked out. Now, to go ahead and mention a few things before we start. One, I apologize if you hear leaf blowers in the background. Unfortunately, the landscapers are here today at the complex. I can't do anything about it, and I need to get this video prepped for tomorrow. Yes, I am behind on recording. I really need to try to get ahead. Unfortunately, schedule stuff has just been kicking my ass. Sunday, I'm going to try to hammer home a few videos so I can get at least a week ahead. Again. Second thing, the Discord is officially going to be available for you guys to join. So if you guys are interested, head on down to the description down below and click the link to come over to the Discord. It's relatively bare bones at the moment. I'm working on a few things. I plan on trying to get some stuff put together for the different games that we're playing on the channel for you guys. A bunch of data sets and whatnot will be available in the data channels in each category. And then I want to get like channels for you guys to share your ship designs or your army designs and talk about different things and so on and so forth. So head on over to the Discord and join us there. I'll be grateful to see you all there. I love it. And then the next thing, I do want to kind of preface this because, you know, a lot of people might be not understanding the format. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that I cover the events in the order that they happen and try to cover them in a not really a deep dive, but more of a generalistic way, and cover them in a way that makes sense for people. A lot of people, I was kind of getting a vibe from the comments that some people might not have been understanding or might not have been like truly kind of there. And a few comments from some people that are watching and giving me feedback on the back end to help out with things. They were kind of confused by certain things, but they also said that I've been pretty concise and, you know, I'm not going off on my normal tangents and everything. So that's good. But also, I do love and appreciate all the information you guys are hitting me with. I love learning about different little things and whatnot. And also, thank you for everybody who mentioned carronades. I cannot believe I forgot that word. Oh, it's so bad. But yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Anyways, let's get into it. So we are in January 1896. We are a full year out of the Sino-Japanese War, the first Sino-Japanese War, and we are getting prepped to engage in one of the first major naval buildups of the Japanese or the Imperial Japanese Navy. So the IJN, at the behest of the government, a Yamamoto Grumby, I believe that's how you say his name, developed a thesis and did a write-up in regards to the necessity to posture against potential threats. And those potential threats, China was not seen as a threat at that point in time, so they were kind of off the menu. But the two threats that they were particularly interested in, them being the Japanese, were the Russians and the British. So at this point in time, the Japanese have kind of been able to, you know, stop relying on the British for their doctrine and for their naval tradition and so on and so forth. And so now the Japanese are viewing them in a kind of a rivalry due to the scale of British operations in the region. So, of course, then we have Russia, which operates one of the largest fleets in the Pacific at this time, and is these are the two powers that are particularly being noted. But one of the things that's noted in Yamamoto Granby's thesis is that these two powers are not going to align themselves together. And historically, yes, the Russians and the Brits, they don't get along. Mainly down to one particular thing. And yes, this has a bit to do with current day as well, funny enough. It's hilarious how history repeats itself as much as it does. Basically, the Brits and the Russians, they could kill each other in this time period. They are the big dogs in the world. The Germans are rising. They haven't reached their zenith yet. You still are dealing with the remains of what remains of the Prussian Navy. And so the Germans are going through a massive restructuring of their Navy at this point in time. The French are more of a Mediterranean power than they are a global power. They prefer to stick to the Mediterranean, but they do engage in things in like the Atlantic and down here in not the Indian Ocean, the African, the West Africa, and so on and so forth. So they kind of engage in areas around here and somewhat in the Caribbean, but they're mainly a Mediterranean power. Spanish, they're waning. They're not really doing anything. They're not really a player in the game anymore. Italy is a Mediterranean power, a hard Mediterranean power. They aren't really coming out of the Mediterranean. They're, Eritrea and Italia Somaliland is kind of a fluke for the Italians. And then the Austrians, let's not kid ourselves. The Austrians, the only time the Austrians were great is in this game when you play them and you ruffle stomp across Europe. But that's the only time. The Austrians were, they called the Ottomans the sick man of Europe. No, it wasn't the Ottomans. It was the Austrians. Most people didn't realize it at the time. But the Russians in history were actually big players. They were competing with the Brits. And mind you, who was the one nation that supported the United States against the Brits? It was the Russians. Historically speaking, during the American Civil War, which is its own contentious topic, and I will actually get into that a little bit. It's a bit of a schizo rant, but, I like schizo. Schizo's fun. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, the British and French were considering interceding in the conflict on the side of the Confederacy. Again, that's where the history gets a little controversial. Yeah. I don't like Lincoln, okay? I don't like Lincoln. But I also realize, thanks. Anyways, moving on. Point is that the Brits and the French got told by the Russians after American dignitaries went to Russia and asked for assistance, got told by the Russians that if you try to intervene in the American Civil War, we will fucking declare war on you. And mind you, the Russians had enough of a navy to challenge the Brits, and they had the land army to easily crush the French. And mind you, the Germans basically said, hey, buddy, we will let you march through. Don't fucking invade us. We will give you safe passage. And the Brits and the French then proceeded to back off. The Russians were a key player in this time period and were one of the big dogs. And thus, these two weren't going to ally together. They weren't going to play buddy-buddy. They weren't going to intercede on each other's behalfs and whatnot. The only events that had managed to bring these two together were the Napoleonic Wars, which the Russians almost sided with the French, mind you. And the World Wars, which the First World War, the Russians were like, ooh, we can reclaim territory that the Germans have taken from us. Bit them in the ass a little bit. World War II, communism. There's a lot more to it than that, but you get what I mean. So these two aren't going to work together. And so to the Japanese, they are concerned about these two powers separately. And so in Yamamoto Grumby's thesis, he calls for the construction of 4 battleships. However, the consideration is that a minor power could intercede on the behalf... Oh, wait, these guys too. In this case, historically, at this point in time, the Korean Peninsula is controlled by the Japanese. But a minor power could intercede on the behalf of Russia or the British, and Grumby's thesis called for the construction of 2 additional battleships to face off. 4 battleships to face off against the greater power, and 2 battleships to face off against the minor power, and thus could easily bring parity to any fight that the Japanese could get into. These 6 battleships were then to be supplemented by an equal number of armored cruisers equaling a displacement of 7,000 tons or more. Thus begins the birth of the 6-6 plan. Now, you might be aware of another plan that is very similar, and we'll get into that when it comes time, but the 6-6 plan, which is laid the basis of the Japanese fleet disposition for, 40 years, or 30 years, basically. It wasn't until the 1920s, mid-1920s, I believe, that they started moving away from the 6-6 in favor of what would become known as the 8-8 disposition. The 6-6 plan would lay the the framework for fleet displacement for the Japanese. So that is what we're actually going to be working on in this. Now, in this case, we have a bit of a situation. We have more battleships than that, but we're also going to build our 2 additional classes. So the 2 additional classes of battleship that are present in this is the Shikishima and the Mikasa classes. Now, the Shikishimas were built, I do not remember who built those, so let me actually go look that up real quick. So, the Shikishimas... Okay, the Shikishimas were built by the UK. The Asahi was also built by the UK, and the Mikasa was built by wait, who built her? It was built by the British. Specifically built by Vickers, actually. So, okay, cool. So, the British are... the British are responsible for giving us the Japanese Navy. Good job, Britain. You try to arm your enemies, and then you realize it bites you in the ass later. Actually, historically, this actually worked out for the British. Funny enough. Let's go ahead and move the turn forward just 1 tick real quick. Finish off the stuff that we're doing here. Yes, we will sell that off. And then we have plenty of that. Let's go ahead and do a new design. And we are going to build these bad boys out. Now, as it stands, the Shikishimas, the Asashi, and the Mikasa were all relatively similar. So for the sake of simplicity, we are going to go ahead and we are simply going to be calling it the Mikasa class, and we are going to just build 4 of them across the board. Where, you know, the variations in the different classes are based purely on the fact that they were built by different design firms and whatnot. Actually, hold on. Let me look at something. Wait. Nope. We ain't gonna do that. All right. So the Shikishimas had 2 or 3 funnels, so we will respect the funnel gang. We will respect funnel gang because the Shikishimas did in fact have 3 funnels. And then a secondary battery of lots of 6-inch guns. If I remember correctly, hold on, let me look at my list. Yes, lots and lots of 6-inch guns. So how many 6-inch guns do we have? We have 14. That's how many it had. So we will stop there. And then we need a bunch of 3-inch guns. We also need well, you know what? Let's see if we can put a bunch of 3-inchers on her. All right. I guess that's going to have to do it at this point in time. Yes, I know I could fit more 6-inch guns on her. I know I can put one there. I know I can put one there. We're not going to do it. I'm sorry. And then let's go ahead and we need 4 torpedo launchers all total. So we will go ahead and do that. Speed of 18,000. A range, we can shrink this range a little bit. That's basically about the range of her as it stood. And then we'll go ahead and I believe the Shikishimas are supposed to have Krupp, but we don't have Krupp unlocked yet. So we will go ahead and roll with Harvey, and you know, eventually we'll probably, I say probably. Unfortunately, we don't have 18-inch torpedoes unlocked yet either. And then for armor, so the belt went from a 9 max to a 4 minimum. The deck went from a 4 to 2.5 minimum. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna do it. The tower had 14, and we'll go ahead and we'll do superstructure. We'll do 2. Turrets had a 10-inch face. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go 4 top just to match the deck, the main deck, I should say. And then we'll go 3, 3, 4, 9 just to match the belt. And then leave that like that. All right. And unfortunately, we can't quite get to 45 caliber guns, but you know what? We have to roll with what we got. Oh, and the range increase. Oh, yeah, because we swapped out the engine. Huh. Well, I guess we just got more range, ladies and gentlemen. Unless we can get more crew complement. I think I would rather have more crew on there. It is a pre-Dreadnought, and pre-Dreadnoughts are notorious for having terrible crew issues. All right, so the Shikishimas as planned, and then we will also go ahead and design and build the Mikasa. So the Mikasa and the Asashi, they were sister ships. They were built separately, but they were sister ships. We're going to go ahead and design them. and they both had 2 funnels. So yes, overall, in the terms of the game, oh, they're 12 by 40 still. Oh, okay. So they're still 12 by 40s. They haven't gone to 12 by 45s yet. And then, of course, it's the exact same. The Shikishimas, the Asashi, and the Mikasa all shared basically the same armaments. So, no big deals there. And then we'll just do a bunch of 3-inch guns again. And some of you are probably like some of the more pragmatic individuals. Hey, dude, like, we wouldn't have cared. But you know what? I'm going to care. And of course, we have the Mikasa class. So, let's go ahead and tech her up real quick. Give her all the good goods. Oh, did I put enhanced reloading on the other one? And then in terms of the armor, the Mikasa did have a bit of a change. So in the case of the deck armor, they did shrink the deck armor. The main deck armor went from being 4 inches to 3 inches, but still a minimum of 2.5. So a little more of a uniform deck pattern. The tower should still be 14. Yes, still 14. And then we'll just go 1 on the Citadel deck. And then the turrets. Now, this is where it kind of gets weird. Oh, it was the Asashi that had a weird turret. Like, I don't know why. The information that I saw, the turret on the turrets on the Asashi, which again we'll just match the deck for the roof, and then the barbette was actually 14 inches on the Mikasa. That information was actually available, but yeah, it was real weird. It was real weird. And then on the case of this, the casement armor, the casements were actually a little underwhelming in my opinion. But you know what? I'm just going to follow it. So there is the Mikasa. Again, the main difference being in the case of the Asashi and the Mikasa and the Shikishimas is that they, the Shikishima had 3 funnels, whereas the Mikasa only had 2. But let's face it, they actually have more range in this game than what they would have had in real life. But yes, these ships will be built in accordance with the order that they were built in. And then we will go ahead and we will scrap 2 of the Fujis, or not scrap them, but we'll sell 2 of the Fujis for the sake of maintaining the 6.6. So 2 of these bad boys will end up getting sold off. So we'll go ahead and we'll sell off the 2 oldest ones. So the Fuji and the Zuikaku will get sold off, and then the Benryu and the Issei will remain for right now, and then we will start construction on the Shikishimas. So we have the Shikishima herself and the Choge. Okay, I'm just going to roll with it. And we will go ahead and we will drop these bad boys into Sasebo. And then the Mikasa and her sister ship will be dropped into... will be dropped into Yokosuka. Oh, hold on, I need a Tums. Wow. Sorry, having a bit of indigestion right now. Don't get it often, but when it happens, oh, terrible. All right, so now that we've got this finished up, let's go ahead and change this. Let's get our tech budget back up a little bit. Actually, maxed out. What's our crew situation at? Green. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to delete these designs because we're not going to be building any more of this stuff. But we'll continue upgrading it. We might as well. And then other ships that we need to consider are the Asama, Uzumo, and Yokumo. So these are the 6 heavy cruisers that will be coming into service. Now, in order to meet these, we need to get to 10,000 tons because basically, you know, they're all around 9,500 tons. So we'll get to 10,000 tons, and then I'm just going to do 10,000 ton cruisers, just for the sake of simplicity. So we do need to rush cruiser design quite a bit in order to be able to build those. But we also have some time. It'll give us time to build the battleships, and then we'll also be building those. The Matsushimas will get sold off as part of us getting the battleships, the Shikishimas and the Mikasa, put together. Those will get sold off as we get those built. And then from there, I think we're doing pretty solid. I think we have a good force disposition that we're going to start developing. And then we also need to start considering torpedo boats. So 1897, you have the Hayabusa. It's a 200-ton torpedo boat. I actually want to go ahead and bring this up real quick. So she was a 200-ton torpedo boat, very small, 15 of them all total built. Actually, my apologies. She's 150 tons, but the smallest we can go is 200 tons. But we also need to take into consideration what guns did she have. All right, so she either had a single 2.2 inch gun and 2 1.9 inch guns, or she had 3 1.9 inch guns and 3 torpedo tubes. We're going to go with, because we have to have torpedoes on the ship in order to complete the design, we're going to go with the 3 1.9 inch guns with the 3 18 inch torpedo tubes, which we can't have 18 inch. But we will go ahead and get that design done as well. All right, so torpedo boat, 200 ton. Let's go 29 knots. All right, we're just going to go with this configuration here. I honestly don't know the configuration of the weapons on this. Oh, okay. Here's the problem. We're not going to be able to fit the weapons on this with that tower. We can't get that third torpedo launcher on there. Oh, no. We can't get that. All right, what do I do? What do I do? Screw it. It's going to be a 500-tonner. And we're going to rethink this. Screw it. I'm making an executive decision, boys. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Alright, cool. So we get our 2 funnels. Let's go with our... We get a really nice gun layout here, so we'll have that. And then we can have 3 torpedoes either side. Let's go like that. .9-inch. And then you will be christened the Hayabusa. Alright. I think she works. I think. You know, could be one of the most dreadful things that's ever been designed. Could be literally one of the most terrible ships ever built. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We will make it work. Actually, this is probably going to be hilariously good. I can't... Like, there's very few pictures of these ships. It does appear like at least 2 of the torpedo tubes are on the wings, but I can't be for certain. Like, that's the problem. And also because of the game's design logic. Things be heavy. All right, so now the things with the this whole naval production program that goes into it, and I've actually pulled up the project real quick. The program included the construction of 23 destroyers, 63 torpedo boats, and an expansion of Japanese shipyards and repair and training facilities. Now, in this case, there was Okay, I was looking for the indemnity part. The program was for a 260,000-ton Navy to be completed over a 10-year period in 2 stages of construction, with the total cost being 280 million yen, was approved by the cabinet in late 1895 and funded by the Diet in early 1896, which is basically exactly when we started construction. The total warship acquisitions accounted for just over 200 million yen. The first stage would begin in 1896 and be completed by 1902. The second run from 1897 to 1905. The program was financed significantly from the Chinese indemnity secured after the First Sino-Japanese War. This was used to fund the bulk of the naval expansion, roughly 139 million yen, with public loans and existing government revenue providing the rest of the financing required over the 10 years of the program. So... Now, later on, even though the Russians and the Brits were both seen as rivals, further on in 1902, the Japanese would formalize an alliance with the British, which would then would eventually lead them into World War I. So, we're gonna start production and. Now, and then we probably will be able to finish this relatively quickly. We're not going to take until 1902, 1905 That's not how long that's gonna take. Um, so we don't have that to worry about whatsoever. But we will hold off on trying to hit certain metrics. So we'll start building the 2 battleships. In the case of the destroyers built during this time period, and that's the thing, is there's no real good information about destroyers in this time period, because everything is basically like any information about destroyers in this time period is all, it's basically all like 19 teens and onward. Like it's not, there's no real information about like any destroyers that they were building during this. Oh wait, oh okay, hold on. Might have actually found something. Okay. So, they were torpedo boat destroyers. Okay, I was looking at destroyers, not torpedo boat destroyers. Damn it, naming schemes, I hate you. Okay, so there's actually a few classes here, which I don't know if I put these on the list. Hold on. Oh, I did. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a bloody idiot. Holy crap. Okay, so basically what happened was that they focused on building all the bigger ships first, and then built a bunch of the smaller stuff later. So we do have a lot of torpedo boat destroyers to build, starting soonish. Not that soon, but soonish. So we'll have to take those into consideration as we get going forward. And I'm being messaged by somebody. Thank you. My thumbnail guy is getting back to me with thumbnails for the for Ultimate General American Revolution. So, all right, let's go ahead and push forward. Now, I want to start getting into some of the opinion stuff related to the 6.6 doctrine, the 8.8 doctrine, and a few different. There's a lot of contention over whether or not this this program was like this idea, this model of building your fleet was viable, because there's a lot of people out there who maintain that this was a bad idea, and okay, this should probably get resumed. That this was a bad idea. It left them vulnerable. It meant that they didn't have enough ships. And one of the things that I definitely think people fail to take into consideration when talking about the 6.6 and 4.4 program is you're talking about a nation that, in this game, for example, Japan is probably far stronger than it was historically. And because you've got this wealth of information, you can control all the variables. And this is the problem with video games as historical lesson, or historical teachers, I should say. You control all the variables almost to a T, and thus you can have situations where you're not going to get the real picture. Whereas in real life, let's put it this way. Oh crap, what carrier was it? Frack, what aircraft carrier was it? Hold on, I gotta go look at the list. Aircraft carrier. I'm trying to remember. I want to. What carrier was it that blew up? Like actually, like blew up, like hardcore. There's too many to go through. Hold on. Pretty sure it wasn't any of these. Yeah, Battle Midway, Battle Midway, Battle Midway, Battle Midway, Midway. A lot of them built. A lot of them died in Midway. Okay, which one was it? Alright, so it wasn't the Shikaku. Is it the Suegaku? Hold on. Where is... All right. Okay, it wasn't... which one was it? Oh, okay. I'm actually really freaking confused here because I'm pretty sure this information's off. Oh, it was the Hio. Okay, there it is. Wait. Hold on. Yep. Okay. It was the Hio, or Hio, however the hell you say it. She was the one that blew up from vapors, which actually that makes me question. Huh. I wonder if some information on another YouTube channel is incorrect. I'll have to go back and look at their video. I do apologize. I kind of tismed there for a second and was like, wait a minute, I need to figure this out. I can't let this is gonna bug me if I don't figure this out. I need to know, damn it. All right, let's go ahead and keep rolling the turns. We should be close to selling off all. Yeah, we got 4 more torpedo boats to sell off, and we got all those out of the way. Nobody's buying my Fujis. Nobody's buying the Fujis. Well, if they don't buy them at this point in time, like, I think I'm gonna freaking end up scrapping them, which is very sad. It'd be nice to just, have those. All right. Oh, and the girlfriend messaged me. So, sorry, guys. I have to ignore you for a moment. Dun, 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 dun. No, Columbia. You can buy things. You cannot commission builds right now. All right. And... then let's go ahead and also look at diplomacy. So yeah, we're oh, that's right. The Russians are already communist. The Soviet Union's already here, boys. It's already a thing. Oh man. If I'm correct, the only land that was seized in, like, I think the Russians basically, I think they kind of just paid a shit ton of money. I don't remember. I don't remember the Russo-Japanese War. I don't remember the outcome of it, but I'm pretty sure they paid a shit ton of fucking money, and then the Japanese took South Sakhalin. Yeah. Okay. So, little funny. My dad just texted me and was like, "I have a question. Is there a big difference between Japanese and Korean?" I just love the irony. It's like I'm playing a Japanese campaign, and he texts me this. Yeah, there's a big difference between Japanese and Korean. Koreans shouldn't have their own country. Oh my god, asshole. It's okay. I do it out of love. It's okay. I just want to protect you guys. All right. So we have all right, so yeah, we really don't have anything to do right now. I'm actually, there's not much to really talk about either. You know, during this time period, the Japanese, again, they're gearing up. They're trying to prepare themselves. You know, they're still reliant on foreign powers to build their stuff for them. They're still reliant on, their connections. You know, they've won this good victory against the Chinese. You know, we've taken a bit. You know, we've taken a few things. I would love to take Liaodong, Manchuria, which I don't believe we can take Manchuria. Even if we were, like, we would really have to get lucky with them. The army actually invading Manchuria. I would really like an event to invade Korea. I wish there was a way to get that to fire. Who's allied with Korea? The United States. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh no! No! How dare you, you stupid American bastards! Oh man, they just cock blocking at this point. All right, let's go ahead and also start building the Mikasas. So we need 2 of them, and we'll go ahead and put those into Yokosuka. All right, so there we go. And then we also need our heavy cruiser tech to hurry up. All right, there's 5,000 ton light cruiser. So that's actually really good because that lets us build our next class of light cruiser. So if we come over here to the list real quick, go to light cruiser, there we go, the Kasagi class. Now, unfortunately, I do not believe we'll be able to build the proper Kasagi class, given the fact that Kasagi had 8-inch guns. I do not believe we can actually build these. Like, I just don't think we can. I think the max we can go is 7-inch. I'm not sure. We'll see here in a second. So we have 5,000 ton cruiser. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. All right, 5,000 ton cruiser, and we're going at a speed of 22.5 knots to 2.5, not 2.5. And then let's go ahead and slap a turret on there, or slap a tower on there, slap a tower on there. And then funnel-wise, I actually need to pull up a picture of the Kasagi. because I don't know how many funnels she has. She has 2 funnels. So we will go ahead and do 2 funnels like that. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, 2 funnels, and then hold on. I like to highlight this so I can actually see it. All right, so yeah, as I said, we weren't going to be able to get the bigger guns, which hell, I don't even think we'll be able to actually fit a 7-inch gun on the front here. Yeah, we can't even get the 7-incher. We get the 6-incher though, so we'll go with a 6-incher. So this is an ahistorical Kasugi, and then with the rest of the main battery, technically main battery, it is 4.7-inch guns, 10 of them in total. So this is a very well-armed cruiser, but I don't think we'll be able to have these guns up here. Especially after we do this. So yeah, these ones won't fit. So let's go ahead and do it this way. Yeah, go like that. So very, very large set of batteries, and then we can get, let's get some of these bad boys. So we can do 6 1.8-inch gun on these guys, like so. And then we've got 5 torpedo launchers. We can't fit 5 on here. Well, so we'll max out the torpedo tubes, and then so the Kasagi's, so we have the Kasagi's, the Natakas. They are the only classes of light cruiser that are built in the transition from the 1800s to the 1900s, and then later on in 1911 we get the Chikumo, or Chikuma, my bad, and then in the 1917s we actually get the light cruiser that kind of sets the precedent for light cruiser design for a while for the Japanese, and that is the Tenryo. So yeah, we have this bad boy right here, which this cruiser is actually pretty fucking amazingly armed. It's actually kind of scary how much firepower this cruiser has. This thing is going to be terrifying. I like it. I think it's cool. I'm probably going to start building my cruisers like this a lot more. I like it. I like it a lot. I fucks with it. I do not believe there's any mention of her having mines, but you know what? I'm going to put a mine layer on it because, you know, game thing. And then she has a 4-inch belt in real life. However, in the case of this, we're not going to be able to put a 4-inch belt on her. She has a 4-inch belt, a 4-inch main deck, a 4.5-inch tower armor, and the turrets have an 8-inch frontal face. So she is actually pretty well armored. Definitely a protected cruiser. She's not armored cruiser levels, but definitely a protected cruiser. She's not too bad. Just from the sake of being able to actually build her, though, we're probably going to have to minimize some of the armor. Yeah, we'll go like that, and then these are like, we'll, 1.8-inch guns on those. Boom. All right. And, of course, again, ahistorical Main guns. Hell, we can't even get the 6.9s. We'll just keep the 6s. I think it'll be fine. So a little on the historical side, but it's not gonna hurt us. Don't worry, boys. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, boys. Everything will be okay. I would really like to have reinforced bulkheads. How do I play this? Oh, that did nothing. That did something. Okay, cool. Just shrink the armor on the front of that real quick. All right, so this is actually the fastest light cruiser that we have in our armament, and it's actually the most heavily armed one we have. Like, our cruisers aren't too bad. Like, the Suma and the Chiyoda are pretty good, but the Kasagi is just like, fuck you and your mother. Just Gatling guns of 4.7-inch cells. It's just disgusting, and I love it. All right, hold on. Gotta respond to the girl. All right. So the Kasagi class, which we're gonna build 3 of these bad boys. They will supplement our. We're gonna shrink down the number of Sumas and Chiyodas we have. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take. So we have, the original 5 Chiyodas, right? All right. So those are the original 5. So let's go ahead and actually do this. All right, mothball those bad boys. And then the Sumas will have the original 4 Sumas. All right, good. And then these 4 Sumas are going to get mothballed. Okay, cool. All right, and then those will be able to get sold off. And then the Kasagis, go ahead and queue those up right now. Go ahead and just put those bad boys in Yokosuka, because they're going to roll with the Mikasas. All right, and we still need a couple more techs on the cruiser design. Mark II 9-inch guns. Don't think the Japanese ever used a 9-inch gun ever. I think 9-inch guns were like a weird French thing or something. I don't remember. There is a nation that used like a 9.6-inch gun or something like that. It was like 9.6 or 9.7. I don't remember, but it was somewhere in that region. Okay, so we got the 2 Kasagis. I'm gonna go ahead and scrap the two last Youngs that are available for sale, and then we got all these other ships. Like, I wish we had more allies that were buying ships. Like, I wish we had those. What's our current 60,000? So we're working there. And what I'm actually gonna do is with the Chiyodas and the Sumas that we have, if we don't sell any of them off, I will just reactivate them and use them, because frack it, whatever. Might as well. There's no real bad reason about having them, even though it kind of breaks my immersion. I hate that word so fucking much. Being immersed in something is the matter of it takes your attention, and your attention cannot be broken from it. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that any day of the week. And then we have the naval prestige to burn. We do not care about prestige. Prestige. We do not fear prestige. Prestige fears us. Small armored cruiser. Let's check that out real quick. Let's see what that hull looks like. All right, small armored cruiser. Oh, it's basically a hybrid light cruiser, just, you know, small boy. It's small. Same speed. Not really what we need, because the Asama, the Uzumo, and the Yagumo were all... So it went 21 knots for the Asamas. The Uzumos performed at 20.75 knots, so almost 21 knots. And the Yagumos performed at 20 knots. So that's like as a monitor, like as a coastal defense ship, that right there, that would actually be a pretty good hull. If you wanted a heavy cruiser that could carry some bigger guns, that you slap those on there and it just fucking could tank a few shots, would probably actually be that bad. But let's get the 10,000 ton cruiser unlocked so we can go ahead and start building. Again, we have the Asama, the Uzumo, and the Yagumo. And then we have... we don't have any... We actually don't have any other heavy cruisers, technically speaking, until 1905 with the Tsukuba, the Tsukuba and the Ubuki. But those are actually a little special to say. So those are a little special designs, which I hope we'll be able to actually build them, because it would be really cool to build them just from the perspective of like what they are, like what they're supposed to represent. So let's go ahead and... Alright, so the Shikishimas, they're doing their thing. What's our crew training like? Still green. We're not really in the position to actually be able to fix that, because we're spending as much money as we are already, so we can't really boost our... So what I think I'm actually going to do is I'm going to scrap... I think this is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to scrap the Chiyodas, these 4. I'm going to keep the 4 Sumas. So I'll have 8 Sumas, and then I'll reactivate. Yeah. Let's go ahead and reactivate this bad boy. We'll scrap these. We'll reactivate these. We'll do it like that. So we'll have 6 Chiyodas, 8 Sumas. That will be our fleet there. The Zueikaku, I'm gonna go ahead and say we're going to scrap you, good sir. You have served your purpose, but it's time for us to divest. Okay. From there, let's go ahead. So those got 4 months. Those have 6 months. We have 15 of these bad boys we gotta build. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up. So that's 5. That's 8. So 8 of these bad boys are gonna go to Sasebo. 7 of these bad boys are gonna go to Yokosuka. And then we definitely need to research torpedo boat destroyers and get those building as well. So as soon as we have this finished up, which that will give us 18-inch torpedoes, which I believe the torpedo boat destroyers, yes, they used 18-inch torpedoes. So we definitely want to unlock those. Which we're still making good time. We're gonna build 6 Muragomo, 6 Ikazuchi, 7 Harusame, and then 32 Kamikaze. The 32 Kamikaze will be 1905. Now, at this point in time, I'm looking at the weights, like what these ships weighed here, and I'm thinking about it over here, and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. So we're definitely going to readjust our expectations. We're going to adjust our expectations quite a bit. Then cruiser-wise, we still have the Nitakas, which those will be coming up relatively soon. The Nitaka was actually quite a long-range ship, actually. An effective range of... What was her... I was reading something. I thought I saw it here. It might have been another source, but the Nitaka had a pretty impressive range overall compared to other cruisers of the time period. She was used as a merchant escort. That was her. Was her main function, what she was assigned to be doing, and then she ended up doing some other stuff as well. Sorry. Looking at other things. And girlfriend's messaging me, and everything's happening at once. Why is it happening to me? No, this is fine. There's no problems. All right, and then, all right, so we have 9,000 ton cruiser. I really want to hold out for 10,000 ton because the rest, all these cruisers, they're around 9,500 tons. I'd rather just get 10,000 ton and call it a day. Nice round number. No, fuck you, Austria. You're gonna collapse here in a few years. Your nation won't exist. Your alliance means nothing to me. All right, hold on. All right. Do I want to do this? 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 It's not actually that much money. See, that's actually not that bad on the cost, so I'm actually down with that. Like, that's actually a reasonable cost for that, rather than the freaking 150 million range. It's like, no, no, I do not care who you are. Who are you? Nobody knows your name. All right, so the Matsushimas, we're actually about to finish. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mothball the Matsushimas. Let's see if we can sell them off. If we can't sell them off within the next 5 months before these commission, then we'll just scrap them. They've served their purpose. They've done their duty. But we have better ships that are going to be coming in very soon that are completely going to trounce them. Actually, I don't think they probably survived the rejection of the Jean Call. I don't believe they survived that rejection. And we're 1 month away from that. And then we're about to get 700-ton torpedo boats, which I don't know if... Wait, does Japan get torpedo boat destroyers? I don't remember. But it's fine if they don't. It's fine, it's fine. It'll only make me cry a little bit tonight. Okay. I absolutely despise you people. Alright, so we have 10,000-ton cruiser. So let's go ahead and design us some ships. So the first ship that we're going to design, and I'm pretty sure these are all basically armed the same. So the Asama, yeah, they're all armed almost the exact same. The Asama, hold on, let me actually pull this up real quick. Armor cruisers. Ships were built in Britain. And she was... Alright, so Armstrong Whitworth. Izumo was built in Armstrong Whitworth. Yakumo was built in Germany, actually. Oh, there you go. Germany getting some business. And the Azuma, she was built in France. Okay, so we have many different builders. All right, so let's go ahead and check out what they got for smokestacks. So the Asama class, which is the first ones we'll be building, are 2 smokestack. So let's go ahead and we gotta go this one, which is relatively similar profile. All right, and then we need 21 knots. Let's get this front tower on there. I don't like using the other friggin', like the base ones. It's like, they're just simpler. Guess there's might be a good reason. 7, 5, a little less than double. Yeah, let's use these bad boys. Yeah, let's use those. Get a little more efficiency out of the engines. Then we need 8-inch guns. And then we need 6-inch guns. I do not believe we can get 6-inch guns. Unfortunately, we cannot. Can we potentially get 6-inch guns on this hull? 5-inch guns. That's gonna be, it's gonna be more akin to our. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Gonna go with these guys. All right, so a little incorrect on the guns, but you know what? We'll live. 14 in total. We've got 16. So I think we just go, yeah, screw it. We'll just go with the 16. And then a bunch of 3-inch guns. Let's see if we can get any other. Yeah, we can't get any 3-inch guns on the deck, so we'll roll like that. Basic tech across the board just to make it a little more sound. All right, and then armor-wise, so belt 7. Okay, so we gotta go 6, 3.5, 3.5, and then a deck of 2. We'll go ahead and just do 2 across the board. Do 2 on the superstructure, and then tower of 14. I don't think we can do that, but we'll try. And then turrets, barbettes. See, the turrets were listed, and this is the thing that really annoys me. I'm gonna put it to 6.5 just for a nice round number. Is how weird some of the descriptions of the armor are. It's like, I don't know if these are correct. Like, I just don't. All right, and we'll go that route. So, and then. All right, so the Asama, and relatively unchanged for the Izumo, the Yagumo. They're relatively similar. They're a little slower, and they're basically equipped the same. Oh, and torpedoes. We forgot about torpedoes. We forgot about the torpedoes. We almost forgot about the damn torpedoes. I'll just go like that. All right, so 8-inch guns, unfortunately 5-inchers instead of 6-inchers for the secondaries, but you know, it is what it is. We do what we can here. And that is the Asama class. So the we'll just, as the years tick, we'll build the other 2 classes. So the Asama class were the first 2 built in Britain. The next 2 were built in Britain as well, and then the Yagumo and the whatever the other ship was. One was built in Germany. One was built in. Oh, actually, we're behind on building these a little bit. It is what it is. Okay, so are you guys gonna be mad at me if I just build this one ship? I don't feel like designing all these other ships. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Do-da, do-da. I'm just gonna do it. Do-da, do-da, do. I'm not interested in playing around and being like, oh, you know, I'll do this. Yeah, you know. for the sake of this series, I'm just gonna do one class. So we'll go ahead and get these two bad boys going into Yokosuka. Could probably actually start forming another squadron base in Maizura. All right, so let's see what we get with torpedo boat destroyers. If we can get proper torpedo boat destroyers, I think we'll be pretty solid. I think it would be pretty good. I think it'd be pretty lit. And missed call I don't care about. My dad's still texting me from earlier. Alright. And I'll have to reply to him here somewhat soon. Somewhat soon. Soon, he said. Soon. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and build the Osama. Or the last two of this class, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start setting up this. So what we'll do is we'll send the Kasagi's to base. Can I? Okay, let's do this. You guys go there. Hang out with them. North Honshu. Alright, cool. You go there. And then let's go ahead and make sure that we've got... Yeah, it looks like we got a good distribution on the cruisers. Send this bad boy to Sasebo. Send this bad boy to Sasebo as well. Send this bad boy to Yokosuka. And yes, I'm just being very, very clean about what I'm doing right now. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Alright, then the Mikasas are about to finish up. And the Matsushimas, we're going to go ahead and scrap here in a second. Let's go ahead and just scrap them now, since clearly nobody wants to buy them. Damn you, Colombia. Buy my boats. Actually, do we still have Colombia as an ally? Yeah, Colombia's still an ally. They just haven't ordered anything recently. And oh, I looked at that for a second. I thought we were friendly with the Soviets, and I was like, wait a minute, how did we end? I was looking at the Americans. I was like, what? What? No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing at all. All right, so let's continue to prepare for... So we definitely need to get our torpedo boat destroyers sorted. So we need that tech to hurry up. See if we can actually real quick, let's just check. Is there a torpedo boat destroyers for the Japanese? There might not be torpedo boat destroyers for the Japanese, which is kind of weird, but okay. All right, and oh, we're 5 months from getting semi-dreadnought, which kind of a problem. So we're not supposed to build the semi-dreadnoughts until 1904. Like, it's 1904 when the Katori is built, if I remember correctly. The Katori. Forget her layout. Yes. Okay. So she had a layout of 12 and 10-inch guns. Yeah, 12 and 10-inch guns. So she had a very weird layout for the time period. But we also need Mark II 12-inch and Mark II 10-inch guns to be along with that. So, and I don't know if we'll be able to do that with the semi-dreadnought hull that we have here. All right, finance-wise, we're definitely getting a little hot. So let's go ahead and turn down our research budget a little bit. But we are very close to completing the 6.6 program. About 2 years, 3 years on ahead of schedule. Because I think all of these, they officially finished their workups around 1901, 1902. Most of these ships did participate in the Russo-Japanese War. And then yeah, we're just rolling turns at this point in time, boys. Actually, you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to poke the Chinese. There's a special little event that's going to be coming up here in a couple years that I kind of want to simulate. Damn. They told me no. Oh, okay, so we do get torpedo boat destroyer. I was about to say, I was like, I don't know if we get torpedo boat destroyers. So we're about to get torpedo boat destroyers, which is good. Because we need a lot of them. A fucking lot of them. The kamikazes are probably going to be a destroyer hull. 1% to the naval budget for free? Yeah, I don't take that. All right, let's go ahead and do a new design. Let's start building us the Kumo class. Wow, I can speak, I swear. All right, so the Murakumos, they traveled at 30 knots. They were technically a 400-ton displacement. We can't do that here. At this point in time, I'm convinced you just can't do it. So they had a... Actually, let's pull up a picture of these bad boys. Let's pull up a picture of them. So... Alright, so what did they look like? That's a terrible picture. Okay. Let's go 2 funnels. We'll just do what we did with the Harabusas. This is actually my preferred way of doing this. And then they had, if I remember correctly, let me boop boop. All right. And the Ikuzuchis are literally carbon copies of the Morogumos. They were just built. You know how they did the 2 blocks as part of this naval construction program. That's what the different blocks are. Is the Morogumo was the first block, the Ikuzuchi was the second block. So we're just gonna build 1 block. So we're gonna have the Morogumo. She had a single 3-inch gun, so we'll put that up front, and then a buttload of 2.2-inch guns. So we'll go ahead and we're going to actually set these up in a relatively weird fashion. People might be like, this is weird, bud. What's going on with this? So 5 2.2-inch guns. And then she had 2 18-inch torpedo tubes. I don't know if these are center line. The picture is freaking terrible. You can't tell. So I'm just going to do center line torpedoes. So this is going to be our torpedo boat destroyer, the Morogumo. Let's go ahead and save some weight. Base fuse. I'll do semi-armor piercing on these. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. And then 2.2-inch guns, if we can do it. Seriously. Seriously. You annoying bastards. How can I fix this? I just have to. Okay, well. Screw it, whatever. Alright, so the Morogumo class. Morogumo. Morogumo. God, I hate that. So yeah, really basic. You know, it's meant to go out. It's meant to do things. It's meant to kill things. They're good for that. We are going to go ahead and we're going to build 12 of these. And then the next class that we do, the Harusames, I'm probably going to skip doing, and I'm just going to go straight to the Kamikazes. Because the Kamikazes, they have a uniform 6 3-inch gun. I think I'm just going to go with that. I just like that idea more. And hold on, let me look at this real quick. Yeah, the Kamikazes, they built so many of them. They built so many of them. Actually, you know what? I'll probably actually just add the Harusame because they're basic. Like, hold on. Let me look at this real quick. All right, that's the Harusame. They're not the same. So yeah, I'll just do the Kamikaze. Or I could just build 6 more of the ones I'm building now. Oh wait, no, the Morogumo is different. I'm glad I caught that. So the Morogumo is actually 2 smokestacks. The Ikuzuki starts the 4 smokestack thing, which is then carried on throughout the rest of these series of destroyers. So in reality, yeah, the Morogumo is actually the odd man out. Oh, I'm glad I caught that. So we're only going to build 6 of these bad boys. Oh, okay. I see you. We're only going to build 6 of them. And we're gonna go ahead and put these in the North Honshu area. Let's give these bad boys over to them so that they have some more ships to throw around. right, so the fleet is coming together. The fleet, slowly but surely. We have 8 months until all of the heavy cruisers finish. I understand, you know. I'm kind of saying, you know, oh, you know, this one had more smokestacks, and it's like, oh well. I can justify building, you know, like in the case of the Kazuki and the Harusame, I can justify just building, you know, more 13 of the same ship rather. You know, yes, the Harusame was slower than the Ikazuki, but you know, I can justify it. I can justify it. It's fine. It's fine. It is fine. I'm coping right now, don't worry. I am massive cope. I'm copalicious. Alright. Also, poke the Japanese again. So yeah, what I'm gonna try to do is the Boxer Rebellion 1900. I'm going to attack. I'm gonna attack China. I'm going to attack China just for shits and gigs. I think I'm gonna try to make it happen. If I cannot succeed in getting the yeah, fuck your appetites. How much money is it? Yeah, that's worth the unrest. But if I can get them into a war, I'll get them into a war. just for shits and gigs. I'm just gonna beat them up and not take any territory. Just kill their fleet, make them pay me money. All right, so handing me more tension with you? You're giving that to me. Did you not learn from last time, old man? What's our tonnage right now? Okay, we're sitting pretty healthy with what we got right now. You know, we'll increase quite a bit with that. All right, so we're still spending a shit ton of money. Still spending a lot of money. All right, so we also need to get prepped to start building the second block torpedo boat destroyers, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna build these. I gotta try to figure out how I'm gonna build these. I guess I can make them do that. I want to try to do that. Do I want to try to do that? I'm not sure. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can make this work. Let me see if I can make it work. So, let's go 29 knots. Send that boy full forward. And I want... Boom. All right, so we can get the 4 on there. And then, so we're gonna use the armament of the Harusame for this. It's 2 launchers. Then we put a couple 2-inch guns there. All right, awesome. All right, and then like that. Base view, semi, 18. Apparently 30 knots is just too much for this hull. Alright, awesome. And we'll go ahead and build these as... Damn it. I forgot to change the name. I forgot to change the name. Yes, we have to go back in. Damn it, I pressed the wrong freaking button. I meant to copy, and I hit the refit button. I'm not sure if I'm retarded or just stupid. I can't tell you. Alright. Make sure to click the copy button this time. Copy. Cool. Thank you. All right, so we're just going to call this the Ikazuki all right. Now save. And then exit again. All right, and delete, and then we will build we'll build 12 of these. Then what we'll do is we'll send the Hayabusas and this group over here to Pingu. All right, cool. So we'll send these two groups, one to the Yellow Sea, one down here to Pingu, so that we have more coverage in that regard. And then we'll build 12 of these bad boys with the purposes of doing 6 and 6, like so. Awesome. And we got just a few more months until our cruisers are finished. Just a few more months. It's okay. It's almost to an end, boys. It's almost to an end. So, unfortunately, a building session. And then let's. Oh, we already poked the. Never mind. We already poked them. Can't do anything. And I don't think we'll be able to do the kamikaze. I just don't know. I would like to do the kamikaze, but that's a fleet replacement ship. Like the kamikaze was the first mass-produced class of destroyer, technically speaking, by the Japanese, and it's a 1905 design. So I don't know if we'll be able to actually build the kamikaze. I might try to build something similar to it. We'll see. Like, we'll see what we can do. I just don't know if we'll be able to do it. So, we can delete the Matsushima, delete Sumachiyoda, Fuji. And then let's actually look at our almost 150,000 tons. Huh, 50. Yeah, fuck the army. The army's been screwing us over for years. Why would we care about them? Okay, so those cruisers are finishing up. These torpedo boat destroyers are finishing up. Here, the Harabusas, we can go ahead and put them to limited again. Wait, where did we get an influx of cash from? Was I not paying attention and we accidentally... Oh Lord, did I do that? I don't know if I did that. My unrest didn't go up. Huh. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever. I don't know where we got extra money from. Whatever, dude. Okay, let's keep poking them. Keep poking at the dragon. All right, 11,000 ton. Well, that's nice, but we're not building any of those. We need 16,000 ton, basically. Yeah, or 17,000 ton for one. No, 16,000. Well, I guess we could do 15,000. Like one of them's 14,000, so I guess we could do 14,000 on this one. Yeah, we could do 14,000. The other one's basically 16,000. Which we would have to research that all and build that within like 1 year. So that's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. All right, and those are commissioning. And now we are not spending as much money. I honestly need to go back and look to see if I accidentally fucking like just overspent like crazy and just yeah. All right, and fuck China. China, I'm coming for your money. I promise not to collapse your government. Oh, they went communist. They went communist. I hate the fact that it says democracy, but if you hover over it, it says Communist Party. Because nothing says democracy like communism. And they call us fascists. Oh, man. It's too good. It's too good. It's too good. All right. So, we got 2 more turns on those bad boys, and then we'll see what our budget is. We're definitely looking snazzy. The 6-6 program has been complete. We officially have our 6 battleships and our 6 heavy cruisers. Don't ignore me, China. I want your money. You will give me money. Give money. All right. Real quick, actually, do they have any territory I could possibly get Bhutan from them? I'm not sure. Like, I could just ask for it. I could also ask for Mongolia. I could literally ask for anything, and they might give it to me. I don't know. Do I just try to take Liaodong? Even though, like, historically speaking, I would acquire Liaodong, Port Arthur. I would acquire Port Arthur. 1905. It's when yeah, 1905 with the Russo-Japanese War. It's when I would acquire it, but that's also when I would get Manchuria and a few other things like that. All right. Actually, you know what we should do is we should take our older ships. Let's do a refit program for the older ships. Let's just basically tech them up a little bit. So, funnel-wise, what are these? So these are ultra enhanced. So these are the right funnels. Can add anti-flood protections, base charge, ballistite. We're gonna add bigger torpedoes. Oh wait, yeah, these don't have any fucking armor to speak of. I was about to say, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, they don't have any armor. These ones don't have any armor. The Chiodos had armor, but these ones didn't. All right. Yeah. I think just give her a facelift. I think that's kind of what we do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Same thing with the Chiyoda. I think the Chiyodas will serve until the end of till 1905. I think that's when we'll finally start letting these things die. Ooh, okay. Well, these 3-inch guns are not liking these borders. All right. No, we're not gonna refit the Chiodas. The Chiodas are done. I think they're done being worked on. So we'll go ahead and delete the Chiodas. The Chiodas words. What thing? Yeah. We'll go ahead and delete this because now because of tech they're not, the guns are just not going to function properly. Then we can delete the Suma's old one, and then the Fuji. Is there really anything I can do with this? I guess I could just get a tech upgrade on it, or a tech update, I should say. I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have the Mark II 12-inch guns yet. But we can go ahead and we can get her a facelift. Get her a facelift. Gun, ballistite. Yeah, I think that's about what we do. Let's just get her a facelift, get her the new tech. If you're confused on why it's so expensive, it's because it's applying all the passive bonuses you get in the tech tree, and so it's trying to figure out, like, okay, how much is this going to be worth to update? And it's worth, like, in the current situation, because we don't, like, 1904 is when we start building the Katoris, which are for our semi-dreadnoughts. It's 1904 when we start building those. So we're still far enough off that these bad boys are still relevant. All right, let's go ahead and refit these. Refit these. right, cool. And then let's click a few turns. Let's try it. Let's try to get. Let's try to mess with the Chinese in, or at least get into a position where we can mess with the Chinese. All right, so we just got Destroyer 1. We'll hold off on that for a second. Yeah. Keep booking the Chinese, because I would like to like money. Like, I'm not even planning on, like, honestly speaking, I could just take some territory, like, nom nom, bitch, make it a little interesting. Actually, okay, that's a good question. Real quick, are you guys cool with me taking territory outside of the historical norm? Like, are you cool with that? Because if so, I'm down to just mess with neighbors to be able to get territory. A historical, I'm probably gonna have to fight the Spanish and for the Philippines, because they haven't lost any of this territory to the Americans yet. So I'm gonna have to fight the Spanish for that, which I guess actually saves me a little bit. It actually saves me. It's like, oh, I don't have to fight. I don't have to fight the Americans right now. Cool. I only have to deal with a ass backwards Navy. Awesome. But yeah, this is our current force disposition. Let's look at the tonnage. 218,000 tons, not quite 260,000 tons, but you know, we're missing a lot of ancillary aircraft or craft and whatnot. Like, this is just the combat ships. We don't have support ships and other stuff like that. So, but you know, I say we're doing pretty freaking solid here. I'd say we're doing pretty freaking solid. Okay, and did we poke? We poked. Yes, we poked. Okay. I would love to just get into a quick flash war with them, just to take money from them. Like, hey, you're gonna be paying me today, bud? Be funny. All right. And technically, actually, I think we have a bigger fleet than them. Well, no. Oh, yeah, we do technically have a bigger fleet. We do technically have a bigger fleet. But, you know, we probably have a better fleet. Like, to be completely honest, like, we looked at what happened at the Battle of Yalu. Even though the Japanese, you know, they definitely struggle a little bit. Thanks, Jean-Acol. Thanks, Emile Bertin. Like, fucking bastard. Of course, it's the French that fucks everything up. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Come on. Give it to us. No way. Come on. Give us the war. Give us the war. We want the war. Give us the war. We want the war. Come on, guys. Let's go fighting. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, not quite enough. Damn. Almost. I'm such a douche. All right, real quick, let's queue up some things. Let's go ahead and shrink down our tech budget a little bit to compensate for that. Fleet construction, we've built the fleet. We're well within the range of the 6.6 fleet. Like, we're well within that area of strength and tonnage. We're doing pretty well. There's a few other classes of ship that we are going to be building within the next couple of years. Like, for example, we do have the Nataka class light cruisers, which we're going to go ahead and build here in a moment. We also have the there's a couple other things. Yeah, we've got the Katoris, the Satsumas, the Tsukubas, the Ibukis. We've got a few things that we're going to be building within the next few years, but that will be in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I know a bit boring of a video. There's no action, there's no fighting, there's no, having the fun, but I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.